You know that feeling of never fully switching off when money is involved, even during calm moments. Even on days when bills are paid, income is steady, and nothing urgent is happening. There's still a low-level tension in the background, a sense that you should be paying attention, checking something, preparing for what might come next. If this sounds familiar, you're not overly cautious or incapable of enjoying life. You're experiencing a psychological pattern where money keeps the nervous system permanently on alert. For people who can't relax around money, financial stability doesn't translate into emotional safety. Calm feels incomplete, temporary, almost irresponsible. The mind stays active, scanning for potential issues. Did I forget something? Is this really enough? What if something changes? This state isn't driven by current facts. It's driven by internal conditioning. Often, this pattern forms early. When someone grows up in an environment where money was unpredictable, emotionally charged, or tied to stress, their nervous system learns an important lesson. Vigilance is necessary. Maybe adults worried openly. Maybe financial problems caused conflict. Maybe there were sudden losses, instability, or long periods of uncertainty. Even without fully understanding the details, the body learned to associate money with threat. Over time, alertness became the default response. Psychologically, this is a form of chronic readiness. The nervous system stays in a low-level activation state, similar to someone waiting for an implying alarm that never quite goes off. Money becomes the trigger that keeps that system active. Even positive situations like earning more or reaching a financial milestone don't fully calm the body. They simply raise the stakes. More to monitor, more to protect, more to potentially lose. One reason relaxation feels so difficult is that for these individuals, attention feels like control, and control feels like safety. When they're watching their finances closely, tracking numbers, planning scenarios, they feel momentarily grounded. Letting go feels risky. If I relax, something might slip. Something might be missed. So staying mentally engaged feels responsible, even when it's exhausting. Another layer is the emotional association between rest and consequences. In earlier experiences, moments of calm may have been followed by stress, a surprise expense, a crisis, a setback. Over time, the nervous system links relaxation with vulnerability. Calm becomes suspicious. The body stays braced even when logic says it's unnecessary. This is why reassurance rarely works. Being told, "you're fine," doesn't override a system that learned safety the hard way. People who can't relax around money are often highly competent. They manage responsibilities well. They plan ahead. They're rarely careless. From the outside, they appear disciplined and mature, but internally they pay a price. Their mind rarely rests. Even leisure comes with mental calculations. Can I afford this time off? Should I be doing something more productive? Is this irresponsible? Enjoyment becomes conditional. There's also a subtle identity component. Many people in this pattern see themselves as the one who stays on top of things, the responsible one, the prepared one. Relaxation feels like stepping out of character. If vigilance kept them safe in the past, letting go can feel like betrayal of the self they built to survive. So the alertness continues, even when it's no longer needed. What's important to understand is that the nervous system doesn't respond to spreadsheets. It responds to consistency. It learns safety not through one good month or one stable year, but through repeated experiences of nothing going wrong when attention softens. Until then, it keeps operating under old rules. That's why people can remain tense around money long after the original threat has passed. Society often reinforces this state. We praise people who are always on top of their finances. We frame constant vigilance as wisdom. Rarely do we talk about the cost of never feeling safe enough to rest. Financial awareness is healthy. Financial hyper-alertness is something else entirely. Confirming that difference is key. Over time, living in constant financial alert can lead to emotional fatigue. The mind never fully settles. Stress becomes background noise. Life feels like it's always in preparation mode, never fully in living mode. Money stops being a support and starts acting like a constant signal demanding attention. The real issue isn't discipline or knowledge, it's trust. Specifically, whether the nervous system trusts that safety can exist without constant monitoring. Until that trust is rebuilt, relaxation will feel unnatural, even wrong. And no amount of external stability will fully change that. If you can't relax around money, you're not doing something wrong. You adapted to an environment that required alertness. That adaptation once made sense, but adaptations don't automatically turn off when conditions improve. They need to be recognized before they can soften. So the question isn't, why can't I just calm down? It's, what taught my body that calm was unsafe? Because one is self-criticism, the other is understanding. And understanding is the first step toward allowing money to exist in your life without constantly keeping you on edge. If this felt uncomfortably accurate, the next video looks even deeper into how alertness, identity, and emotional safety quietly shape financial behavior. Click it. You'll start noticing patterns you've been living with for years.